everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena, Northernlion's Den. Pretty good results on the last episode. We were 1-1, if you recall. Now we are 4-1, so that's a pretty good series of events that I would suggest happened on the last episode. And we're going to try to keep it going even further. 3 more wins would more or less guarantee us a return on our investment of what we initially paid out on. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my pop filter here so I don't, you know, have my plosives puncture your perfunctory eardrum. Perfunctory? That doesn't really work. I apologize for insulting your eardrums. In any case, we're going to find an opponent here, and of course, you know, the more you play Arena, the more difficult it gets. I'm kind of hoping that because we are only, you know, 2 days after the wipe, or even 1 day after the wipe, we're still going up against people who have used their free Arena entry. That's not to say that those people are necessarily bad, but once people, like, make the conscious decision to put real hard-earned American dollars on the line, typically they tend to be a little bit better at the game. So, I think what I'm going to do here, I get the coin, and I'm going to get rid of Sea Giant. That's not debatable. And then I think I'm going to keep... I think I'm going to keep Consecration and Cobalt Geomancer and get rid of Mana Addict. It's a weird decision, but my hope was that we'd end up with something like this, actually. Something that allows us to... oh, yes, hello. Something that allows us to have, like, a very simple 1, 2, 3, 4... line that we can take as we play. Is he going to play a card in his first turn? That would be strange. Not that unusual, I suppose. And you know what? We will probably do nothing on our first turn either. So we'll end our turn. The problem is it would be really nice to get Cobalt Geomancer out there early because it's a 2-2 for 2 mana, which is a pretty shitty deal. There's lots of 2 mana cards that he has that are better than that, as you can see. Will he be able to destroy us with Knife Juggler on the next turn? I don't think so. I want to save my Divine Shield cards. I'm trying to think about how we should do this. I think we should send out Cobalt Geomancer. On the next turn, we could possibly... I'm going to hope that he doesn't summon 2 minions and the Cobalt Geomancer doesn't die to Knife Juggler. That would suck. But if he summons like 1 good minion, then, well, that's not really a good minion, but if he summons 1 minion, we could coin and then consecrate. Ooh, okay, I think consecration is the smart idea here. Thank God Cobalt Geomancer actually did not die. So he got a lot of value out of this, let's be honest, but coin consecration will deal 3 damage to all enemies, which will clear off the board, and sure, that's fine. It's not great, but it's okay. I would love to draw our weapon that I can use on the next turn, but if not, we have a few options. Demolisher is something that I'm going to love sending out there. Unbound Elemental is really scary, actually. Whenever you play a card with Overload, gain +1/+1. This is something we're going to want to get a handle on pretty quickly. Oh, we can totally use Hammer of Wrath to destroy it. We get a card draw, which is not great, and it's 4 mana to deal with a 3 mana card, but he's too scary. So I think we'll just kill it, and the longer we maintain board control, certainly the better this is for us. And, you know, Cobalt Geomancer is buffing our spells, so they are a little bit more powerful, which is fine. Now, we'll have 5 mana next turn. That is probably either... Ooh, what's the totem going to be? That could change everything. It's spell power +1? So spell damage +1. That's going to be a hard habit to break. And he's going to hit himself with something, some kind of buff or a weapon here. But next turn is either taunts. Ooh, that's going to be good enough. It's either going to be taunt, Argent Protector, or Demolisher, Argent Protector. Now we have 2 Demolishers. That's pretty good too. Well, I think we definitely send out a Demolisher. And why don't we additionally send out our Argent Protector to give it Divine Shield, so that's going to be a lot harder to deal with now. I also have 2 cards that just have, like, you know, give a minion Divine Shield in my hand, but I'm hoping that this will... You know, Demolisher's effect that does 2 damage every turn to a random enemy is a really nice way to deal with totems, because none of them have more than 2 health, except for ones that the Shaman can actually have in his hand. So we could quite easily... Ooh, that sucks. It does indeed suck. Luckily, there's actually nothing that he can do on this turn to get rid of it. Now we're like, okay, do we want to put out another Demolisher? Possibly. There is a taunt on the field. We could go Demolisher, Leper Gnome. This is a weird one. I'm looking at it and I'm like, how do we do this effectively? We could Demolisher, Leper Gnome, and Silverhand Recruit. or Tauren Warrior, same thing, or Argent Commander, kill the Searing Totem with Argent Protector, and then our Argent Commander just hits the Shaman directly, and there's a taunt up that still protects him. I kind of like getting the Demolisher out there as soon as possible, though. So let's send out a second Demolisher, and I think we'll also send out a Tauren Warrior, actually, just so that there's 2 taunts, and he's got to get through a lot more stuff before he can actually get through the Demolisher. And I think it's a smart idea to kill the Searing Totem, just so that he can't kill this taunt easily, and, you know, he still has Spell Power +1, or Spell Damage +1, which is really annoying. Please tell me that's not another Hex. If he's using his Hex on the Demolishers, though, I think I'm a pretty lucky guy. We'll see. Lightning Bolt, deal 4 damage, and it costs him some overload. Well, that's a 1 mana 4 damage card. He's got another Searing Totem on the field, and only 4 mana. Oh, man, he must have either some really great cards or completely terrible cards left in his hand. So, if this guy gets enraged, he has +3 attack. Obviously, we're going to use him to kill the Searing Totem. And we'll do that to get rid of that last totem as well. And now we have some choices. I kind of really like the idea of Divine Shielded Argent Commander coming out, and we just hit him directly and do a ton of damage. Of course, there are board clearing cards for the Shaman, but then I think we also maybe put Divine Shield on our taunted 5/2 creature and say, you know, this guy's going to do a lot of damage to you next turn unless you find a way to stop him. And we have another Hand of Protection in our hand. We also have Leper Gnome, and True Silver Champion does give us a good degree of board control. So, as of right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this, but Shaman has some surprising magical cards that can kind of, yeah, okay, so he's going to use Hex again. How many of those does he have in his fucking deck? Are you serious? We still have our Argent Commander. We must cleanse the Sunwell. That is not the best play, I think, from him, because this totally still gives me the option. We're going to True Silver Champion and kill it. I think that's just a smart play to keep our board control up. And I don't really think there's much value in using our Divine Shield on this turn. But I think we do summon Leper Gnome, and I think we summon a Silverhand Recruit as well. And now, like, he's sort of running out of options. Obviously, we do have killing damage on the board next turn. We have 9 plus 4. We have 13 on the board. Plus 2. Oh, he conceded. Wow. Plus the 2 from Leper Gnome would have caused him some problems. So yeah, you know, I don't blame him for conceding necessarily. He was definitely in a tough position, but we're going to take our 5th straight win on this Paladin deck, and I am psyched about that. That is awesome. We're only 1 win away from being at the best arena finish I've ever had, so I'm hoping we'll be able to keep this going here. And I'm mostly surprised because this is the first real Paladin session I've had, if I can remember correctly. So unless I'm forgetting something, I think I had played like maybe 20 to 30 minutes of Paladin to like unlock all of the cards in the pre-wipe era of Hearthstone. But apart from that, it's the first time I've ever really built a deck. Now, Warriors have been buffed to shit, and this is the first time that I'm playing one in Arena, I think, since the wipe. So we'll see how this works out for us. Going first scares me a little bit. Obviously, Mountain Giant's got to go. I think we throw Consecration back in the deck, too, because we can get another one easily, and we need some more cards that we can play quickly. Eye for an Eye is not that 1-mana card that I would be hoping for. Leper Gnome would maybe be a little bit better. And I don't really think it's worth playing Eye for an Eye right now. I think instead we just use Youthful Brewmaster. And you might be saying, oh, what's the point of using Youthful Brewmaster? You don't have any minions that he's going to coin and play a 2-mana minion, maybe Fairy Dragon or something. Amani Berserker, that's annoying too. Why play Youthful Brewmaster if you don't have any other cards? Well, you know, worst case scenario, we don't really have any other options beyond Silverhand Recruit, which is not great. And it's still a 3/2, so it's still got basically exactly the same usefulness as a Bloodfen Raptor. The only difference, if you take the Battlecry away, is that Bloodfen Raptor is a beast, and this means in a Hunter deck it can get buffed. But in our current state, it doesn't really matter. So I'm okay with this. He is going to enrage his Amani Berserker and then use it to attack me directly, which is not a bad decision by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I think we summon Argent Commander. This seems like a pretty obvious play. And I think we just destroy Amani Berserker, and then we still have our 3/2 on the field. And then you're like, okay, do you want to use Divine Shield or, you know what? I think now we can summon Eye for an Eye. We'll see. I just wanted to do something with my 1 remaining mana, and Divine Shield is one of those things that could be a lot more useful on the next turn. So, or not on the next turn, later in the game, I should say. So, this is a little scary. Well, eye for an eye is going to deal that damage to the enemy hero instead. So that's okay, and let's see what else Mad Bomber does. He hits me again, and he hits Argent Commander once. That's not so bad. Could be worse for sure. I think we just kill Mad Bomber, and maybe we save everything else, almost. And we have so many spells, which is both good and bad. Obviously, we could Hammer of Wrath and draw a card. We could Consecrate. It's kind of worthless. I think instead, we just honestly summon Silverhand Recruit, and we wait on it. This is not efficient use of our mana. In fact, it might have been better to use Hammer of Wrath, kill Mad Bomber, and then keep both of our creatures on the field. We'll see. In this situation, I think we Hammer of Wrath for 4. We'll draw a card as well. Hopefully that'll be like a weapon or something. Wind Fury Harpy we can play next turn. And then we give a minion Divine Shield. And we, there we go. So that cost us a little bit more mana than I'm comfortable with. But we do still have board control. I can consecrate hero power on the next turn if I need to. We'll see. That's a little frustrating because now he can totally use Arathi Weaponsmith, the weapon that he got to kill that creature, which is exactly what happened as I was busy explaining it. Shattered Sun Cleric. Wind Fury Harpy's in a scary spot here. I would rather summon it on a turn where I can give it Divine Shield. Well, what if we consecrate? This is not good. We have to, though.
Let me think.
Yeah, I think we consecrate like so. Then we kill Amani Berserker for 4 mana. He probably got good value out of it. We could give it Divine Shield, but I think that's kind of a waste. And then we just summon another Silverhand Recruit to give him something to attack next turn. And it's slipping away a little bit. It might look like we're pretty even right now, but I do feel like I'm at a fairly distinct disadvantage. That is a smart play from him, but at least his weapon's gone. Frostwolf Warlord is kind of a waste there to not get anything out of it, but it's still a pretty good card. So, now it's like, what do we do? We could shoot for the moon, and what we do by that, or what I mean by that, is we Wind Fury Harpy plus Divine Shield. And that makes it a lot harder to kill. It's almost like giving it, well, like an extra 1 HP. It's like giving it a glass force field around it. And we'll see if this is able to survive. And if it is, then we can maybe do something. That Arcanine Reaper scares the shit out of me. Oh, that Inner Rage hurts a great deal, actually. So he's going to hit me directly. It's going to cost him his 1 durability on his Arcanine Reaper, and it'll do 6 damage to him. You got to deal with that card, though. Obviously, that had to happen. So I think he played that right. Now, probably want to summon a True Silver Champion here. And just hit the enemy directly.
For justice.
Not hit the enemy directly, sorry. Kill the champion, or the warlord that he's got out here. And if he wants to hit me with Arcanine Reaper, by all means, man, go ahead. I think I play Shattered Sun Cleric, and I don't even worry about the Battle Cry, in all honesty. I think I just get it out there, force him to use Arcanine Reaper against it. My only other option there was to play Silverhand Recruit. He would have hit me directly with Arcanine Reaper. And I like this, because now next turn we can, you know, Wind Fury Harpy, hope that it survives. With True Silver Champion, we can clear out whatever he puts on the board. We could also use Consecrate if it would benefit us, and, you know, it does seem like it would benefit us here. He's probably going to buff it a little bit. Why give your Pint-Sized Summoner +2 attack on this turn if it's not even going to live? I guess because he wants it to damage me. So ideally, if he gave his minions charge, that'd be scary. Oh, shit. So he's going to hit me directly here. Oh, my God. That's going to do a lot of damage. 13. Wow. Okay, but he is tapped out. So it's a little scary for him, in all honesty. Maybe not as scary as I would like it to be, but I think now we can pretty easily Consecrate. Hope that he doesn't have burst mana or burst damage cards. We definitely want to hit directly with this. I think we summon a Spellbreaker and just don't worry about the silence. We can silence our own minion, not that it matters at all. And yes, then we do hit him directly, just because this will put us in a position where we can get killing damage on the next turn. I almost wanted to say that just in case he summoned like a minion with taunt or something. We'll see. This is going to come down to it. We're both top decking now. That's not enough, but it might be enough with a buff. He's going to armor up. That's going to put him at 8 health. Oh, man. If he Arcanine Reapers one of my minions, that's a smart play, I think. He'll go down to 5. I'd have to buff it somehow. Could draw a Consecration card, Hammer of Might. So he's going to go down to 4. So I got to deal that damage now, somehow. Oh, holy shit, Consecration makes it possible. I should really apologize for that. That's just really good luck with top decking. But that's going to be yet another win for us. Really came down to the wire on that one, but what can I say? I'll take it. That is going to push us up to level 8, give us some new cards, and in addition, that'll take us to 6-1. Feels pretty good, so let's hit play again. And that is, again, our second or 6th win in a row. So I'm starting to get kind of a big head about myself, but let's try to keep that in check. For once, I actually feel like my deck building may have actually worked out for me. And of course, now it's like, if we get one more win, we make some good things happen because we have reached the even point. Playing against Wable Stomp too, and I'm always worried about playing against Hunters. They have a pretty good track record online in general and against me. I like so many of these cards. I think we put Mountain Giant and Consecration away. Hammer of Wrath is some nice burst damage, but also the card draw is why I like it, and there's so many Consecrations I can probably draw one of those later. And we'll see if we get early mana cards. Not really. So we're looking at maybe, well, we're going to top deck a little bit and hope we get some decent, like, playable minions that are low on mana. Mountain Giant is probably the exact opposite of that. Although it is fairly cheap to play because I have so many cards right now. That's disappointing. I could coin Demolisher, and it's unlikely he'd be able to kill it in one turn. He's probably going to do something on this turn, though. And this might be a situation where I have to wait until my 3rd turn, coin into... oh, I want to kill that so badly, though. Well, I obviously can't play Venture Company Mercenary. I think we have to get Demolisher out there, in all honesty. Yeah, let's try it. And this is the hope is that if he doesn't kill it on his turn, then RNG just lets me kill the Scavenging Hyena. It'll probably be a 1 in 3 chance if it lives. If Demolisher lives, I mean. A 1 in 3 chance to kill the Hyena, because I assume he's going to summon at least one more minion here. And it could be a minion with charge, and he could just kill me. He played a Secret, which is probably... Well, it could be a number of things, couldn't it? Well, that's one way to deal with it. Hunter's Mark, changing a minion's health to 1 for 0 mana is... I don't want to sound... you know, offensive, but it's kind of a bullshit card, in my opinion. What is the... Is this going to proc the Secret? No. So it is probably, at this point, Explosive Trap or Freezing Trap. Or Misdirection. This is not going well so far. I think that's fair to say. I'm just trying to think about what we do next. Consecration's an option. Demolisher. Well, I like Hammer of Wrath here because we get the card draw and we can kill the taunt. And then we can consecrate on the next turn. So, let's Hammer of Wrath. Doesn't proc the Secret. True Silver Champion's a great card for us to have. And we'll end the turn. Next turn we could even get Mountain Giant out there, in all honesty. Certainly I'm not thrilled with the way this is going, but... with the Scavenging Hyena, I would expect the card that he has to be buffed a little bit more than it actually is. So I'm kind of okay with that. In fact, we will just sacrifice our Silver Hand Recruit to kill that Hyena before he's able to get any more value out of it. Now, 5 mana. Mountain Giant is... It's never going to get easier to play than it is right now. The question is he going to invest a ton into killing it? If he does, I think I start to be able to pull this back. With Cobalt Geomancer, we could also get Consecration to do 3 damage, but, you know, we need that Stranglethorn Tiger to make itself hurt a little bit, or we need to get a ton of stealth power up in order to make this work. So, I'm going to summon Mountain Giant. We can protect it next turn with a Hand of Protection. We could also summon Hand of Protection Venture Company Mercenary next turn, and then there's a lot of damage for us on the field. I probably should, if I attack him, I should attack him with a shitty minion first. Because otherwise this could get sent back to my hand and be expensive if that's a Freezing Trap. We'll see, though. I can also, of course, I forgot to mention that I have True Silver Champion, which is a great card. Since he summoned Savannah Highborn, I'm thinking we... Oh, shit. He's going to go for the gusto here. If he attacks me, I don't think it's a smart idea. But we're going to wipe the board with Consecration next turn no matter what. He's going to hit me directly. Probably a pretty good play. So, we will Consecrate, but not yet. First, we'll attack this. Obviously, that's going to kill that. And then I think Consecration is a pretty good play. And then we have two... I know that I could have used Cobalt Geomancer to get its spell power +1, but I didn't like that much. I think then we actually just put Hand of Protection on our Mountain Giant. It was either that or summon Cobalt Geomancer. And next turn again we have options. Probably Shattered Sun Cleric, True Silver Champion, or True Silver Champion Demolisher. I don't know, we'll see. So I've been silenced. That's going to take away everything, including the Divine Shield. It's annoying. But what's he going to do about it? Because, you know, either I get 8 damage on him, or I take out his Tiger next turn. In fact, if he doesn't... we'll see what he does. He's probably going to do a 1-for-1 Tiger for Frost Giant, or Mountain Giant. No! Okay, so I'm very low on health, which is scary. But he has put himself in a situation where I can Consecrate him very easily. But we're on the wire, or we're at the wire. We're up against the wire. Whatever they say. Whenever you summon a beast, draw a card. Waste of that beast because I'm going to Consecrate, but there's no way for him to possibly know that, of course. So, here's how we play this one, interestingly enough. Well, we only have 7. Oh, okay. I don't want to let the Tiger live. Let me explain what I was going to do. Cobalt Geomancer lets us get 1 more damage out of Consecrate. Takes out the Tiger easily. Tiger's got to go. But I think in actuality, we... And then I would have done... everything would have been dead. Then I would have played Argent Protector, given myself Divine Shield, and attacked him just in case it was Explosive Trap. As is, we can't do that, unfortunately. But what we can do is Cobalt Geomancer. Consecration. Everything is dead. And, do we attack? Honestly, I don't think so. I think we end our turn. I know it seems crazy. You're like, you're leaving 8 damage on the board. But if he has Explosive Trap, what I want to do is Argent Protector it, so it gets Divine Shield, then attack, then it lives. Obviously, we've got to make some things happen very quickly here. With his hero power, he can destroy me very, very easily. Oh, shit, he has nothing? This is weird. Okay, so we Argent Protector, which could quite honestly cost us those other 2 minions that we have out there. Then we attack with this guy, just in case this is Freezing Trap. It's Explosive Trap, as expected, but our Frost Giant then lives, and we have 8 damage on the board. Why can't I attack with it? There we go. That was scary. I was like, if we can't attack with this, we've actually got some serious problems. Then... Demolisher and Shattered Sun Cleric? Why not? I'm guessing he has like some multi-shot cards or something left. But we are pulling it back here a little bit. We could probably kill him on the next turn, depending on what he plays. With True Silver Champion, that's 4 damage. Consecration's another 2. He's gonna cast a secret. Please don't be Explosive Trap. Work with me here. Is he going to end his turn? 2 secrets. One of those has got to be freezing. One of those has got to be explosive, is my guess. There could be misdirection. So I've got to run through some logic here. If it's misdirection, here's the thing. I shouldn't attack with Shattered Sun Cleric or this guy, just in case. So we'll see if this is Freezing Trap. Maybe it is. Could be Explosive Trap. It's Explosive Trap. Everything's still alive. And we still do damage. Now it's like, what do we do next? Yeah, you have a good point. We might as well, honestly, right? That's not Explosive Trap. And I think we can actually just win with Consecration here. Is there any card that he has that could stop us? No, so that's gonna be 7 wins in a row. Feels pretty good. I certainly did not expect to go back, or to go into this episode on a continued winning streak, but That is going to take us to 7-1. We're going to be entering the Diamond League in Arena. That was a scary game, but one we ended up winning. And this is the highest we've ever done in Arena, so I'm super psyched about that. That is awesome. We're going to break even at the very least and get some gold back for the gold that we put in and maybe some extra cards as well. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is my best Arena run so far. I'm having a lot of fun with it. If you liked the episode, make sure to click the like button. It does help me out a lot. Leave a comment letting me know what you liked or did not like about the episode. And of course, as always, make sure to subscribe if you want to see more daily Hearthstone. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are getting some enjoyment and information out of this series. I know for sure that I am. And thanks for your support on the series so far. It means a lot to me. I'll see you next time.